And that's why I was kind of curious, or not curious, but maybe a little surprised to see that Asana is going to pursue a direct listing on the New York Stock Exchange. Now, Asana, if you're behind, has been quietly growing in the background. I think it had 100 million ARR like late 2018, early 2019. So it's now probably, I don't know, 150 to 250 million ARR, depending on how you do the math. It's a large company ready to go out. I just didn't think it was a well-known enough name to do a direct listing, but apparently I'm wrong about that. Software shares are hot, so we'll have to see. Reporting says that it's now worth $5 billion on the private markets, the kind of equities in type areas. Last valued privately at 1.5 by investors, so pretty good yield there. And it raised 200 million in debt this summer. So it kind of like brought on capital, now can direct list without worrying about cash. Kind of a cool model. I'm just kind of curious to see how well it does. But I bet you $1 that if it does well with this model, debt raised with convertible notes, direct listing, and then, good performance, it's going to become the new way to go public because they'll blaze a particular path there.
Well, I'm actually curious that I think, last year when we were covering IPOs, it's like, okay, does Casper set the stage for D2C IPOs going forward? Do you think the power of a company, a category defining company going public is less exciting now? I feel like I believe it less. I'm believing more in the fluke effect than this is a statement on how healthy this kind of business is.
I think it really depends on the market, right? So we saw Lemonade as an IPO, and InsurTech is a lot harder to understand. There just hasn't been a lot of examples of purely InsurTech. Obviously, there's a ton of public insurance companies. So it's harder to make a direct listing work in markets where the business model is not widely understood by people outside of the specializations at major banks. Asana is a SaaS play. It's a SaaS play that's not all that different from Slack. I mean, it's a collaboration software, small teams focus, but also has large enterprise clients. I'm guessing it has kind of the same shape to its business in some ways. It might be at a different stage, but it's kind of similar unit economics. And so, now that Slack has done its direct listing, we've seen Spotify do its direct listing. As you get more and more of these examples, it becomes easier for others to follow the same path.